Hey everybody, it's Lilac. Thanks for coming to the Lilac Room. All right, we're doing a live reading. I look like I've been caught in the wind and the rain, and you know what? I kind of have, but sometimes you just need to put yourself out there and say, I have something on my mind or on my heart, or spirit is guiding me, and I need to get the message out, and that's where we're at today. It's finally the last day of January 2024. So if you've been like me seeing those memes of, well, it's January 7,525th. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Like I've never been so happy to see the month change in my whole life, I think. But I'm sorry, January. I don't mean to diss you. It's not personal. But you know, I'm a big believer in fresh starts. Every time the year rolls around and it's like New Year's, I always look forward to that fresh start. And whenever it's a new month, I always look forward to that fresh start. Now, I do draw the line at Mondays. So, like when it's a new week, I don't necessarily look forward to that, but I digress. That's not what this reading's about. So, I don't have to go on and on. I just figured I would shoot the breeze while I was warming up my cards. I have this lovely new deck of cards. It was a gift. For those of you who are curious about it, it is the Wild Unknown Tarot, and I really can't say enough good things about this deck. I absolutely love it. Comes with this amazing guide, and you know, if you know how to interpret like tarot cards, you may not think that you need this guide, but if you do get this deck, I urge you to reevaluate that concept that you have in mind that you don't need the guide, because obviously I've been reading tarot cards since like 2008. To say that I've studied them and I know the meaning, you know, from by the book meaning of the tarot cards is true, but there's something to be said about the really amazing write-ups on the cards in this deck. And also, if you're reading tarot, it's a good idea to try to tune into your own intuition. For example, I keep a notebook and I don't script my tarot card readings. You really can't script a tarot card reading. If you know how to read cards for somebody, you just lay them out and you just start talking. And that's what these videos are. So what I do keep track of is the intuitive hits, the feeling that is coming along that you can't get rid of and you can't shake it. That's the reason that I have this channel. It's the reason I do these readings is, you know, I walk around. This is just a little information about me. I walk around carrying this like energetic information that I receive in the ways of like a download. You know, like when I was a Christian, I would say, well, I spent an hour in prayer with the Lord, and these were the, you know, downloads or bits of information I came away with. Well, it's not like that for me anymore. I don't, you know, do it that way, but the information still comes to me much the same way. All right. So we're going to, if you saw the title of the live, we're going to take a look at the entire year. This is going to be for people with any zodiac sign. It's not sign specific, it's general. And so basically we're just tapping into a universal energy, which cannot be denied, folks. It cannot be denied. It never, never can. But you already know that, don't you? So we're going to do... We're going to do the Celtic cross because for me, that one is just the right way to do it. And my plan is to use the entire deck. Never done that before. So you're going to see it here first, folks. How's that? All right. Message for the collective audience of people who are here today. I might as well say it before I forget. If you could kindly hit the subscribe button and like my video and feel free to share it. That would be great. No pressure, but also please do it. Just kidding. All right. Bottom of the deck is the Daughter of Wands, which would be the equivalent of the Knight of Wands. All right. I'm going to lay out the cards first, and then I want to pull some runes before we get into interpretation. Okay. These are, once again, general energies affecting the collective for the entire year of 2024, beginning tomorrow, February 1st, 2024. All right. Why? No particular reason, honestly. I did a January reading. It wasn't for the month of January, but I did one in January. And I'm thinking of going ahead forward and doing sign readings. People really like those, I think. And I like them too. It's just producing 12 videos every month in a timely manner, involves a lot of like personal energy on my part. And I just want to be consistent. So sorry if this is noisy. Gotta get those runes moving. All right. We got one rune. One rune for the whole year of 2024. The future. So yeah. I mean, what I wrote down, one of the things I wrote down to talk about is that, and for whatever, I don't know what this means, but the message is a new day is coming. I feel like that's an expression that people use to sort of indicate that they have an awareness that something is changing. And when it changes, it feels like a whole new start, kind of like what we were just talking about in the very beginning of this reading, that I personally really like those fresh starts, the new year, a new month, a reset is what I'm hearing. This is something beyond relationships, and it's beyond love and companionship. It's on so much more of a large scale for everybody. So keep that in mind. All right. So interesting. First card out is the World card. Sorry, I'm working with a ring light for the first time ever. So not quite sure how to use it. The World card, things are already in motion. All right. So at the time of this reading that I'm putting out, the energy that is ushering in the future, the new day that's coming, that energy is already here. It's already working in your life. You've been feeling it for some time. I don't know why I heard 45. 45 days, 4 to 5 months, something like that. So if something has been new or revived, or maybe a new job, new situation has come in for you in the last 4 to 5 months or 45 days, this could be an indication of the way in which it's impacting your life for those of you tuning in. Okay. So the world showing up at the center of this reading is basically saying this affects everybody in the world. So it is a general reading. It is a general energy. It is something global. Not everybody is going to have a year this year that feels like a new day is coming. That is very unlikely. But at the same time, look at times in your life when something has been happening on a global level. A good example of that would be, in 2020, everybody was impacted when businesses closed and we were asked to stay home and do social distancing. And it was a big, huge shift. It was a massive lifestyle change. But some people didn't really feel that impact as much as other people did. So that's how this energy is going to play out. I feel like I have to really say this to you guys, that I know I can't be alone in this, that some people are really, really feeling something right now, and they don't know how to pinpoint it, and they don't know what's happening exactly. But the things in their life, the components of their life that they have come to just rely upon and assume to be true are changing. And they're changing in ways that are so subtle that it's often difficult for a person to talk about it. Like, how do I explain this thing that's shifting? Because honestly, you just haven't noticed, but it's been happening for a really long time. The challenge of this world, this change that's happening, is the card called the Mother of Wands. And Mother of Wands is essentially a Queen of Wands. And a Queen of Wands is a creative woman with a lot of talent and prowess in her area of expertise. For this challenge to present itself tells me that the shift that is occurring makes the people who are experiencing it feel as though they don't have the tools yet to find their way through the murkiness, the unknown, the unexpected. And I listen as a tarot card reader. I also listen to other readers. And there was one that I listened to who was, I was really, really impressed with this person today listening. I listened to multiple readings of theirs. I listened to my sun, my moon, and my rising of this reader today, which I do not ever do. People who know me will tell you I only ever listen to my sun sign if I'm listening. You know, there's a lot of content out there. I don't have time to listen to all of it. But this person was so engaging, and I could see that a new day was coming for this person. They are really in the midst of that change, and they're really tapped into the energy. And this person kept saying, you know, that a little mystery is okay. We don't have to solve all the mysteries and know all the things. It is okay to live in a state of not knowing all of the things. Now apply that how you will, because when you bring it down to the closest to home level, like the most intimate level of your life, you might not feel comfortable at all not knowing certain important components of people around you, or your children or your spouse or whatever. But that's what the challenge is. The challenge is being okay with any amount of mystery and the not knowing. All right. So this is a huge challenge. I feel like there's a demographic who will experience this more intensely. And definitely people over 40. I even want to say over 45. Where there's almost a regression, and not in a negative way, not a regression like a loss of all the wisdom you've ever acquired in all of your years, but more an a regression of the need to be the grown up, or the need to accomplish so many things, or there's just a cultural shift, a collective desire to relinquish themselves from heavy responsibility, and just to recognize that they are the adults here. And I'm also getting to like that this might have something to do with like the people who we would categorize as like baby boomer generation. We're a little bit outnumbered by these folks, and there's so many of them, and the impact that they have or have had on us as a society may have some bearing. So you may be dealing with elderly family members. I say elderly, but really what I'm saying is anybody over like 62, basically. And that those folks, the impact that they've had perhaps in your life, whoever that is. Like if you're a younger person and I'm describing someone in their 60s, I may be talking about a grandparent for you or even a great grandparent for you. If that's the case, keep it in the back of your mind that there is a separation in the value systems that governed their lives and what's governing ours. But the group of people I think who are going to struggle with this primarily, and I say struggle, but I don't really see it being a huge struggle. I don't see it being a battle. I don't see it being COVID again. You know what I mean? I don't see it being 2020 again. I just see it as the need for heightened awareness of how powerful you really are and how much you do have um, influence, like you've arrived is what I want to say. Another past influence, and I haven't even picked up the book to like use the book as a guide, because it's great when you're reading for yourself to get that deeper insight. But I don't feel drawn to doing it right now, even though I just praised the book. This one card, though, I might do. So this is Nine of Wands. I love how it looks like a staircase going up to a crescent moon. And it feels like a buildup. Now, this is a spontaneous card pull, so I haven't done any research on moon cycles, but I can tell you that there's an indication of sort of a clearing of energy between now and a certain phase of a moon cycle. I want to call it an eclipse period. So we would have to look this up. But I think that as we approach an eclipse period in the calendar year, this year, because this reading is for 2024, there is, I'm trying to think of the words I want to use to describe this, because I'm seeing the image and I'm feeling the way the energy feels as it's moving. And what I want to say to you, let me read from the book, actually. Maybe that'll help give me some words. So once again, this card is in the Wild Unknown Tarot. It's the Nine of Wands, okay? For those of you following along at home. The Nine of Wands is described as a card that represents strength, stamina, and confidence. Everything so far aligns with what we've been talking about. As nines usually imply, your journey is near completion. Did I write this book? But on this final stretch, you find yourself growing weary. This is the energy you're in right now. Doubt and fear are running through your mind. The Nine of Wands asks you to rally your confidence and realize how far you've come. Lift your eyes and take a few more steps. Soon all your hard work will start to pay off. Mind you, I keep emphasizing what I wrote down in my notebook. A new day is coming. Nine of Wands. So right now, we are on the verge, right, of some kind of esoterically motivated shift. Not everybody's going to feel this energetic shift, because not everybody is going to be willing to tune into this spiritual shift. Some people will continue on the same path that they've been on for a long time, where they're comfortable. This is an uncomfortable energy. This is an energy that will favor people who are going to want the growth. If you don't want that growth, you won't try. And I feel like I could say a lot more about the Nine of Wands, but I'm going to keep it pushing, because where we're going to next should be a very illuminating message. And the card that came out for that particular message is the Mother of Pentacles. In this deck, anything that says mother is a queen. Aw, hi, baby. I love my boyfriend. He always tunes into my live readings, and I've never like really felt that supported before. That's terrific. Um, so Mother of Pentacles. I'm just going to show you that imagery again. You've got a little baby deer and a mother deer. So Queen of Pentacles, stability. This is about stability. This is about uh, comfort. You know, I mean, the baby deer is very comfortable on its mother, leaning against its mother's body. And I don't know why I feel like I need to say this. Somebody needs to hear it. I don't really understand this message, but it is okay for people in a younger generation to be leaning against their parents who are standing upright and are in a place of comfort, whether it's financially, structurally. Okay, here's another message coming through that, some of these younger folks are struggling with some mental health issues or disabilities in some fashion or another. I feel like it has to do with emotional disabilities, but it could be any type of disability. And the parental figure is offering support. I don't know why this would come out as like such a groundbreaking concept. I don't think it is a groundbreaking concept. So once again, we're going to go back to the book, Mother of Pentacles, and let's see if there is some kind of information that we can work with to help understand this message better. And once again, for those of you following along at home, the Mother of Pentacles is akin to Queen of Pentacles. So that's the energy, that is the outcome of what we've already discussed so far. Domestic, loving, patient. The moms are rising up. Everybody wants us. The Mother of Pentacles excels in the home. She knows exactly what to do while raising a family and tending to the tasks of daily life. There is a potential for her identity to become wrapped entirely around her children and home, which leaves her needy and detached. This is the cause of most of her turmoil. She often has qualities of a healer and is very connected to nature. So, isn't it awesome how this book just has so much wonderful information, the way that they. Oh, hey, Erica, I'm so glad you're listening. I'll want to know what you think later of how the video looks, Erica, because I'm using a ring light for the first time. So I think it's okay. I just rushed in the door from work and just started blabbing at my computer. But I'm really interested in this Mother of Pentacles card, so very much, because the Mother of Pentacles, we've got all of that talk about domesticity. I'll say that word again, like being domestic. And I really, really, really cannot emphasize enough that this is not a gender biased card. This could be a father supporting his kids. This could be a mother supporting her kids. This could be a grandparent. This could be an adopted family member taking care of a younger generation person. And I'm feeling and there's a lot of deer on the table. I want to just also say that you'll see it because I'm going to show you the cards, but I've got a lot of deer on the table. In fact, I think I want to go get my animal spirit deck, and I'm actually going to have to walk away from the camera to go get that. But I think it's important to get some information about the spirit animal of a deer. Actually, I could just Google it. We'll do it that way instead of just being disruptive. But yeah, there's a lot of deer on the table, and I'm getting a very distinct, generational family connection. Oh, it looks good. Thank you. A family connection sort of tilt to this reading. It's almost like spirit is trying to say, it's like a weird old expression, but I think you'll understand it, like hold your babies close kind of thing. I feel like it's saying that we need to be more communal. You know, it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a community of people to offer stability and provide like the feeling and the sense of belonging that we all need and crave. And that's not needy. And I think that for a period of time in life, maybe people have been sort of programmed to think that that's what it means. And we've all become a little siloed, and sort of separating ourselves from one another because being independent and stoic is more often praised than actually working as part of a collaborative. And yet I'm here to say that the collaborative is the direction we're supposed to be going in. So I'm going to just pop in dear spirit animal. All right. Shy and gentle. The deer animal spirit teaches us to be kind and loving and to maintain a childlike innocence. As a heart centered symbol of peace and serenity, the spirit of the deer loves unconditionally. It poses no threat to others and endears us with its natural beauty and elegant gait. So, right there, you're also hearing words like heart centered, right? Childlike innocence, loving unconditionally, no threat to others, endearing, natural beauty, elegant gait. I think what we're getting from this is that people are moving towards a softer version of humanity. And those are the people that you need to move yourself towards. I don't know why, but if that's a struggle for you, and it might be, especially if you are very masculine or you do not like that collaboration or that community aspect that I'm describing, it might be hard. That might be a hard adjustment for you. And I think it's supposed to be a little bit of a hard adjustment. Nothing that is really valuable comes to us so easily. This is a shifting personality as a collective. And where it's bringing us is justice. Now, I just had the very, very most distinct vision right now. I'm trying to get a good shot of it. I love the black and white animals here. I think they're cats. I don't know. I'm going to read from the book about this, but I want to tell you my vision first. If you have not seen this TV show, you will find it confusing. But there's this show on Disney, and it is called Moon Knight. And I'm really crazy about the show personally, but I saw this whole like battle between, I don't want to say good and evil, but I think it's easy to understand good and evil and yin and yang. But a yin and yang that don't want to come together. It's a battle. So it's like, why are we fighting the energy that is trying to flow, right? We're being told to go into this flow state, but our nature is to buck against it. I said buck. A buck is a deer. There's a lot of deer on the table. Um, and in that show, he even has like this sword thing that he uses, and he administers justice, right? So I feel like, because this isn't a future placement, I feel like justice is coming to a lot of situations. And understand, this is an energetic shift. So I'm being guided to say these things, so hear me out. If you're about to like have a court appearance and you're thinking to yourself, it doesn't look like it's going to go my way because I'm being victimized and I can't seem to get ahead on this issue. And I don't really have anything I can do to like defend myself or prove myself or whatever. The thing is that you're being asked to get in that flow state and go into the process, right? With no expectation, with no emotional imbalance. Understand, bring that deer energy with you, bring that peace into the situation with you, and let spirit bring the justice. All right, we're going to come back and maybe go deeper on this card, but I don't want to like stick on that one card. I think it's an awesome message, and I think it might not be a court thing. I just, that's where my mind went, but maybe there's a dispute, you know, or disagreement, or people seeing a situation from two different angles, and nobody can really agree on the facts. Okay, if you can't agree on the facts, then you've got a real breakdown. So, you know, in a case like that, what you're being guided to do this year, you know, and I feel like this year is, you're going to see situations that sort of have a way of dragging themselves out for the next several months, right? Before there's a shift again. And we'll talk about that more later. I'd like to see what to expect down the line. But I think justice is going to serve itself, you know? And now I just got a vision of like Buddha going door to door. When I said serving themselves, right? I got this vision of him just traveling with his bowl. You know, if you don't know the story of Buddha, he went everywhere with his bowl. And if people fed him, he ate. And if people didn't, he didn't eat. But one thing you can be sure of, he did not go home at night and say, I didn't eat, so everybody hates me and everybody's against me and it's unfair. Might have been unfair because I'm sure he was hungry sometimes and didn't have enough food to eat. But he went into this flow state where he accepted that his path meant that he had to go with the bowl and visit the people, and the people had to give the justice. They had to give the rice, you know, or he didn't eat. You know, and think of it from the other perspective, which we often don't do. It's really hard for us to put ourselves in other people's shoes. But potentially, the potential of the other person is that this gives them an opportunity to grow, to do something good, to be a better version of themselves, and to bring forth the energy of justice, of equal justice, of balance. I really cannot get away from that image in Moon Knight, because that's what the whole thing was about, was like, if it's fair, you live. If it's not fair, you die. It's pretty black and white, but nobody's going to, you know, unalive, we'll say, from this. That's just a show, and it's meant to have a dramatic impact. But that was what came to my mind immediately when I saw the Justice card. If you have not seen that show, it's really good. We've got the High Priestess here showing up. It was reversed. Got this lovely tiger, and the tiger's got their crystal ball, you know, and it was in reverse in our innermost thoughts and feelings position. The High Priestess in reverse. I mean, I love that it's the High Priestess in our innermost thoughts and feelings. It's directly addressing our own intuition and saying our intuition is foggy at best. That's it. It's just foggy. And that might feel kind of unnerving to people. But again, I'm going to remind you of what we discussed a little while ago about allowing there to be some mystery and some unknown and to put ourselves in the flow state. If our intuition was like firing off, and I'm also hearing like it's okay, a little while down the line, your intuition will become more reliable. These are energetic shifts. This is something affected by a lunar cycle. And until we hit the point of eclipses, which usually there's like a period in a year that's eclipse season. And it's called that because there's multiple eclipses that occur in a short span of time. So again, I'll have to look that up and maybe I'll do a separate video about that because it seems very significant. But yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but essentially you're not supposed to know. You're just supposed to put yourself into a flow state. I like that phrase, flow state. Three of Pentacles also came out in reverse. I'll show it to you this way. These cards are so great, you guys. I want to look up the meaning of this card in this particular book. I love this Three of Pentacles. Like, I love all Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles upright really talks about your work life and your innovations and bringing forth something new and something inspired, something that really effervesces from you, and it's your own brand of whether it's you show up at work and you just work a certain way. That's your brand at work. That's your Three of Pentacles. You don't have to be a aspiring writer or an entrepreneur doing something completely like unique and special to have this Three of Pentacles energy show up in your reading. But it is in reverse. It is in external circumstances. So I'm real curious why that's here, actually. So let's take a look. Three of Pentacles, for those of you following along at home. And here's what Three of Pentacles says in this book. Teamwork, determination, and focus. The task ahead is a momentous one, usually related to your job or career. The Three of Pentacles suggests you must focus all of your efforts. Discipline, strategy, and hard work are needed more than ever. If you become weary or overwhelmed, rely on those around you. This is a card of teamwork, so you may need the strengths of others to conquer the mountain. It's in reverse, guys. There is no mountain, okay? You ever seen, wow, I don't know why I'm like quoting all the movies and shows, but have you ever seen The Matrix? There is no spoon. So yes, I love the idea of collaborations and that strong feminine energy of loving and caring and supporting. But although the book said determination and all of that, you heard it, I read it. It's in reverse. There is no mountain. There is abundance everywhere. You don't have to prove yourself. You don't have to prove things to any people. You just need to be in a flow state. You do not chase, you attract. So, although I don't see the card of you don't chase, you attract, I'm telling you, you don't chase, you attract. These are old concepts that are dying out. From my perspective, this is more of an iceberg underneath this, I'm going to call it sacred geometry assembly here in this card, because that's what it looks like to me. And what should drive the energy, or what does, because this is external influences, we can't control this. This card represents something that we cannot control. It's an influence in our lives, will be an influence for the foreseeable future, which we cannot control. But it also represents the breakdown of the value system that says you have to work harder to be valuable. And that's not true at all. That is not the spiritual way to find your value. And this may not have to do with work for every person. This could have to do with any number of things. And I can't emphasize enough how much it could have to do with personal development. If you're working on yourself, keep in mind, get into a flow state. If you are exercising and it hurts you, don't do that exercise. Do something else. If you can't run anymore because your knees are not good, then maybe you go swimming instead. You don't sit there and say, I can't run anymore, so I'm not good enough. This person is better. That person is better. I used to be better. No, 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 no. We're not doing that this year. uh, I think I'm like addicted to television and memes and commercials because now what's running through my head is this really goofy, like, I guess it wasn't a meme. It was like a little video that I saw on Facebook once. And it resonated so deeply with me. I've got to find it. And it was like this mom, and it was like a puppet, and it was a mom. And she was telling her kids, we're not doing that this year, and she was getting really annoyed. Like, I'm not driving your friends everywhere. You're not going to be late for school. I'm not dropping everything to go do this for you. I'm not spending this. Like, she was basically telling her kids, we're not doing that. I'm going to take care of myself, and you guys are not going to drive me insane. So we're not doing that this year. That's the energy. In case you wanted to know what I was drinking, Yulia, my friend Yulia, and I have both sort of taken to changing our afternoon drinks, or in this case, evening, to green tea instead of coffee. I'm enjoying it. I actually added some collagen powder to my tea, my green tea. My boyfriend tells me it's what makes me look so young in my advanced age. He doesn't say the advanced age part. I just threw that in. All right. Hopes and fears, Son of Pentacles, which is the equivalent of the Knight of Pentacles. As you noted, we have that deer again, and let's check out what the book has to say about this guy. The Son of Pentacles, or the Knight of Pentacles. I'm picturing the traditional tarot. I'm picturing the traditional tarot of the Son of Pentacles or the Knight of Pentacles. And if I'm not mistaken, he's sitting on his horse, not moving. And whenever I see that card, I always think, okay, there's no energy of forward motion here. There's sort of an arrival. And I think maybe that is what we're all hoping for, is just to arrive somewhere. Not all of us are hoping for that, but to arrive somewhere and just be, Loyal, quiet, and dedicated. The good side of the Son of Pentacles is that he's loyal and determined. Hearing that word determined a lot from these cards. He's inventive and can be trusted wholeheartedly. But sometimes this figure becomes stubborn and persistent to a fault. This, combined with his quiet nature, results in his being hard to get to know and socially awkward at times. He commonly has only one or two close friends rather than many. I feel like the description of this card is really describing a person that we can all kind of relate to. I mean, loyal and determined, inventive, trustworthy, trusted wholeheartedly, sometimes stubborn, persistent to a fault, quiet nature, hard to get to know, socially awkward at times, only a few close friends. It's like that's the place that we all lean back towards, is to go within ourselves and say whatever things we say to ourselves when we're alone versus when we're out, working as a collective. I would say that it's easier. It's just easier. And our hope and our fear, represented by this one card, it's like, on the one hand, I don't want to be stuck and I don't want to be at a standstill. But on the other hand, I don't want to push myself, which is, again, that flow state. And I think that this is also talking about just that inner, like, yo-yoing that we go through when we're trying to cope with something that is really challenging. All right. Now, ironically, the last card out was the Daughter of Pentacles. So she's right before the Son of Pentacles. So we've got the Mother, the Daughter, the Son of Pentacles, all deer. We've got the whole deer family except Dad. The guy is missing in action. I don't know where he is. He's probably at work, and Mom's here with these two teenagers. I feel bad for her already. If you have kids, you understand what I'm talking about. Son of Pentacles. Oh, wait, we already read that one. Let's try Daughter of Pentacles. Responsible, kind, supportive. You'll usually find the Daughter of Pentacles behind the scenes rather than out in the spotlight. Though quite shy, she's extremely hardworking and responsible. She handles details and logistics well. People depend on her. She has vast amounts of inner strength. Like all of the Pentacles family, the daughter thrives when in nature. All right. So yeah, we're seeing a lot of the Pentacles energy. We've got, a group of people who bring great qualities forward, and we're being told to, work collaboratively within our family units. And well, hello, Lori. I don't know if we know each other, but hey, y'all, I like that. That's a very cheerful message. I feel like there is some real support around people right now. Now, I did say that we were going to, hopefully, I'm going to try to use the whole deck. So let's see what we get. I haven't done this before, so this is a new technique for me. So we're going to look out and see what we get for upcoming energies. So we'll do some cards for February. Looks like February, we've got the 6 of Swords reverse. Oh no, 7 of Swords. I didn't have to count the swords. I could just look at the card more closely. 7 of Swords reversed. I feel like we're starting to unearth some Virginia is a very cool state. We're starting to unearth some secrets and let them come to light. Devil in reverse, Hanged Man also in reverse, Chariot upright. Why did I see the Chariot? I saw the Chariot earlier, and I thought to myself that might come up again and be significant. It's interesting. So basically, the Chariot brings us to a place where what I'm getting from this is the month of February is going to bring us out of the shadows where we don't know something, where something is maybe a little bit hidden or just a little bit murky. There's some uncertainty that we just don't know how to navigate. I think that February is the month when this energy shifts because it's bringing us to the Chariot energy and to the 6 of Pentacles, which is about getting an equal share. Again, I can't help but go back to forward movement. Exactly. Going back to, we're going to establish a sense of justice. And that 6 of Pentacles tells me that it'll be fair. I can't help but go back to the idea of court and having, or a mediator, or having a quarrel or disagreement or something along these lines. And it could very much just be in a personal relationship that you're having with people or a group of people. It doesn't have to be anything so large that it's dragging you into court. Okay, so let's look out a little bit further. February is going to be a very rich month. I mean, there's a lot of major arcana here. So I think I'd like to take a closer look at the February energies by sign. So I'll probably do that soon. But let's move on to March. All right, we've got the Wheel of Fortune reversed, the Hermit also reversed, the Magician upright, the Son of Wands, the 2 of Pentacles, the 7 of Cups. I mean, the Magician upright pretty much says it all in this line. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Again, the energy around us for the year wants to remain neutral. It wants to remain neutral so that everybody can work more collaboratively. If it's not neutral, collaborations probably are not going to be likely. People will be at odds with each other. But we know we're going into a period where justice is being served. That's what we're serving at this table. We're serving justice. Aw, very positive vibes. Yes, I like that. So the Magician. So what does that mean for March? The Magician in March. It's like with the emergence of spring, we're also finding that self-empowerment to drive forward our very important agendas. All right, so March. Let's go into April. We've got the 5 of... Oh, wait, is that the 5? I'm not wearing my usual glasses, so this is especially hard. The 10 of Cups. Lovely. I like the 10 of Cups. Ace of Cups. Ace of Pentacles reversed. The Empress reversed. The 5 of Pentacles reversed. And the Lovers. I mean, I've got the Ace of Cups and the Lovers in the same line in April. I've got the 10 of Cups. Also, the reversed Empress. Not sure why the Empress is in reverse there, but it's definitely a feeling of, and this is April. I feel like this energy should come out for May in a sense that I get the feeling of like mom kicking back and putting her legs up on a chair and just being like, I'm just chilling. And everybody's kind of serving. And it's sort of like that wonderful collaboration where people don't, not everything is weighing upon one person, but the Ace of Cups and the Lovers is definitely a sign that I agree with what Lori is saying. Thank you for saying that we're stepping back into the feminine energy, which is, of course, the flow state and the love, the caring for one another, the collaborative efforts. I like that. Let's see about May. We've got the 3 of Cups reversed. The Daughter of Cups upright, the 4 of Swords reversed, the 3 of Wands upright, the 6 of Cups reversed, and the Mother of Swords. Well, when Mother's Day comes along, apparently she's got a sword, so I would definitely watch out for her. No, I'm just kidding. But the 3 of Cups reversed, it's an interesting imagery. I can't help but stare at it. I apologize. Let me look at it again. I'm going to show you the card. It's in reverse, but this is an upside down message for the month of May. I feel like in May, there's going to be, that's when the energy is going to start to shift again. And I'm hearing like shifting to normal. I'm drawn to the crows too. I love it. It's almost like, I hate to say this. I don't want to say this, but what I'm seeing, right, is a kid leaving the nest. You know, so for some of you, it may be the time when your children are done with something. They're just moving on. They're moving out. They're on their own. You don't see them as much, something like that. And it's going to be a little bit difficult. Followed by the Daughter of Cups. I can't help but feel like that's also a nod to this. And then the 4 of Swords in reverse is like, I know that this is built, this energy building so that there won't be a time, there won't be any time to be sad. So something is coming in to like recharge that energy. And the 3 of Wands upright is sort of like us watching to see what is coming in. And this is in May. All right. 6 of Cups in reverse. And the Mother of Swords. It's definitely the point in the year where I see the shifting happening. I'm not sure what the expression is about the 3 crows, but I have heard something. And I know that there's many songs, I think, kind of that talk about crows. All right, so let's look at June. Strength, nice. Mother of Cups. She is a very cute looking goose. The Star, that's very positive. The 2 of Wands. The 7 of Pentacles. And the 5 of Swords. Nice. So So the strength card coming out is really nice. The star as well. I feel like it's the rebirth period. So by the time we hit the middle of the year, like in summer, there's going to be a rebirth period. And that I can't help but looking at this 5 of Swords, though, that some things are going to have to get cut from your life. And it could even just be inside of us. Sometimes we have to go through like this pruning process so that we can be healthier on the other side. It's almost like May, there's loss, and June, there's that a very, very quick rebirth. July, we've got death reversed. Yeah, because we already did the death part. We did all that. Ace of Swords reversed. Father of Wands. 4 of Cups upright. And the Fool. Yeah. Well, of course you're going to be the Fool. You have to reinvent yourself at some point in this calendar year, and that's going to be July. Not for everybody, but this is sort of a general overview of the way the energy is going to move. I like to think of it as a really slow moving train, and you can you're like running beside the train. You can jump on at any point because this is really moving slow. And still, we need to look into where the moon cycle falls into this. But I love that the Fool is there, and the Death in reverse, because one thing has ended and then something new is about to begin. And look at how cute this little guy is. All right, my ring light is not lit. There we go. There's like this little chick, and he's like, "I'm here. I'm moving in with the deer." All right, so let's look at August. August begins with Temperance. Nice. 4 of Wands. 8 of Swords. 4 of Pentacles, otherwise known as Miser card. Daughter of Swords, the Hierophant reversed. Yeah, so with the reemergence, with the rebirth, with the Fool energy, and showing up in Temperance is like, there are lessons learned here. By this point in the calendar year, there are some lessons learned. Oh, 1 crow is bad luck. 2 crows are good luck. 3 crows is health. 4 crows is wealth. 5 is sickness. Ooh, there's a whole philosophy to it. Oh, I love that. This card that we saw had 3 crows, and that is health. Interesting. Let me just go back a ways and see where that landed. So if it's an indicator of health, along with cups, I'm going to equate, thank you for that, Lori, by the way, because now what I want to do is connect that idea of health and cups as emotional health, emotional wellness, because the cups talks about how we're feeling. And you know, we really cannot underestimate the importance of our mental health. And if that is playing into this year for us, it's a time for us to really nurture our inner child and really make it healthy. So Judgment in reverse, we're moving into September. Judgment in reverse, Father of Pentacles, Son of Swords reversed, the Moon upright, 10 of Pentacles. All right. So I think in September, this is a good, if anybody is looking out into the future and saying where would be a good point for me to make a career shift or start looking for a new job. I think that this is going to be the point in the calendar year that the energy to be prosperous with your money, or if you're looking for a way to invest or a home to buy, this would be the point to do it. Temperance in reverse is urging us to be a little bit bold. And the Moon, which I can equate the Moon in this particular position to speculation. You know, can I ask a question about the cups? Yeah, go for it. Let's hear it. The cups, the emotions, the feelings, sensitivity. I'll wait for it. October. I can't see that. Ooh, the Tower in reverse. Oh, check out this card, you guys. This is what the I don't know where my camera is. This is what the Tower looks like in this deck, and it was in reverse. Aren't they kind of, yes, emotions? Yeah. So the cups definitely are an indicator of like emotional connections, how we feel about things, the way that things wear on us emotionally, our innermost thoughts and feelings. That's typically what cups represent. And then it's really good to, just a little aside, if you're reading the tarot cards and you're looking at cups, you can also look at what number they are. Or if you're into art or you're more visually motivated, you might look at what the picture looks like, and then you could get something from that. Like in the case of our crows and cups, we're able to make a connection with the information, that the spiritual information about crows, that the number 3 is connected to health, and then the cups are connected to emotions. So you can collaborate the meanings as well. But yeah, cups are emotions. November. This is the 5 of Cups in reverse, the 4 of Pentacles upright. Oh, excuse me, the 9 of Pentacles upright. Very cool card, by the way. I want to show you that too. If I can remember where my camera is located. There it is. Isn't that dope? I love this. Oh, you're welcome, honey. No worries. Ooh, this is a cool card. 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the 8 of Pentacles, but again, very interesting images on here. This Wild Unknown deck, very, very cool deck with the spiders. So once again, just to recap, November, 5 of Cups reversed, 9 of Pentacles upright, 8 of Pentacles upright, 2 of Cups upright, 10 of Wands reversed, 6 of Wands upright. This card makes me think of my friend Erica. This one's for you. Very pretty, isn't it? And that's the 6 of Wands. So in November, there's some real help. There's love. There's emotional connection. There's a feeling of satisfaction. There's a feeling that sadness and losses are finally going to be a thing of the past. I was going to say behind us. Oh yeah, the wands being emotions. So wands are traditionally creative energy. I don't know if I've ever heard of anybody talking about wands as emotions, but I could see how that would be a thing. But just a summary about this, the 4 different I don't know why I can't come up with the word for it, but cups, emotions, wands, creativity, swords, the intellect, and pentacles, of course, would be money, finances, and stability. That's if I were to just throw out some quick lead words, those are the ones I would use. All right, so December. Let's roll into the end of the year. Ace of Wands reversed. 6, 7, 7 of Wands reversed. 6 of Wands upright. 8 of Wands upright. 5 of Wands reversed. Son of Cups. I feel like at the end of the year is when our children or younger people around us are likely to, and I don't know why I'm getting this, but we'll have to wait and see what happens in November. You're welcome, Lori. Are going to surprise us. Okay. So I'm seeing like a surprise such as, I didn't think that this person was going to find their footing, but now I'm watching them find their way, or they're finding their way back to me, or they're finding their way out in the world, or they're very independent on their own. And I had some role to play in it. I'm also seeing this as like a period for teachers or anybody who works with younger people. It doesn't have to be children per se, but it can be all the way up into, I work at a college, and I still look at those college students and refer to them as kids. And then I catch myself and I say students, but I'm talking about in general, people under 20 years old or under 25 years old, where they're just finding their way in such a grandiose way that we're just sitting back and applauding them. All right, now I still have cards left, so I'm going to clarify on this justice that's coming, okay? I'll move some things out of the way and make some room for it. Let's hear what's going on with justice. Daughter of Wands. Why do I keep doing that? 10 of Swords reversed. 3 of Swords. Oh, check this 3 of Swords out. Whoo, baby. Yeah. There's some heavy energy that needs to be untangled. And the universe is sending its best people for the job. It's sending its best energy to us to help correct things that have been put out of balance, okay? That's what I'm getting here. Father of Cups. I've got Daughter of Wands, Father of Cups. 9 of Cups upright. 9 of Swords upright. And the final card of the deck was the 8 of Cups reversed. The 9 of Swords is a pretty strong energy with negative connotations to it, just like the 10 of Swords, which is reversed. There's still going to be some unfinished business when we finally close for the year, but this justice is coming sooner rather than later, and it wants to address the inequities that have occurred. And I get a very dark energy from this Father of Cups. I want to read what this one says from the book, because I feel like there's something that surrounds this card that we need to know about. And that's, again, guys, that's just an intuitive hit that I'm getting. So I want to look into it. Diplomatic and open-minded. The Father of Cups has a truly unique and dynamic personality. He's the most feminine of all the fathers within the tarot and usually a patron of the arts. He's a dignified man who supports his family and community. The only thing holding this man back are his deeply rooted insecurities. They're vast and affect his personality in many unpredictable ways. When I was reading that, I was seeing, where is it? Let me go back to it. I don't know why I shut it. I don't want to break the binding on my book. That's why I shut it. He's a dignified man who supports his family and community. And that circled back for me to the beginning of the reading when we were talking about collaborations and community and how that's the direction that we're going in. And I feel like this individual, if it's an individual, or this energy that goes along with a person of this quality, is present in this moment of justice. So this is a helper, whether it's a helper energy or it's a helper as a person or something of that nature, that you may feel like you're going into something alone, but there's this strong collaboration, and it is designed to help correct the wrongs of the past. And there have been many. So 2024 is a powerful year. From this reading, what I'm gleaning is 2024 is going to be a year of correcting inequities, is a good way to put it, or differences, or getting mistaken identities and misconceptions. And I really think that February is going to have a pretty strong, like, individual message per sign. So I think I will do a deeper dive. I think this was kind of fun pulling all the cards like that. Keep in mind that the rune that we pulled in the beginning was a rune that indicated the future, which is basically, I don't even know if I've ever pulled that rune out of here before. And I have 2 sets of runes in the bowl. I think I'm going to pull one more, by the way, just to end the reading because I'm very curious. But I think that the fact that the future rune came out is sort of saying, like, hang in there right now because it's all murky and it feels weird, but there's some very interesting changes that are coming. And if you have been one of the people victimized by something or left out of something or shot down for something that you believed belonged to you or should be yours, justice is coming in to make corrections on your behalf, and you're being asked to stay in that flow state. It's going to be noisy while I shift around my room. Okay. Oh my God. I pulled it again. Here it is. But I did pull 2 others as well. All right. I also got, for an enhanced reading, for an enhanced interpretation, strength. And what's this one? These are on obsidian stone, so I can barely see it. This one is constraint. So future, strength, and constraint. You have to stay in your flow state now for a good outcome later without reacting too much to what's happening. And yes, you don't know what's happening. Yes, there are a lot of question marks. Yes, there are a lot of unknowns. And yes, that's how it's supposed to be right now. I'll wrap up by saying shout out to a really, really up and coming, really good tarot card reader called the Autistic Mystic, because he is the one who I was listening to earlier who was saying it's okay to allow there to be some mystery. We don't have to solve all the things and know all the information. And I personally found that extremely reassuring. So I'm sharing it on my channel. I'm not trying to steal it. I gave credit. But I do think it's true. So that was a long reading, but I liked it. And I hope you did too. And hopefully I will make some time in the next week or so to produce some videos by your sign so you can tune in and check those out. Please like my video, share it if you think other people will like it as well. And subscribe if you want to keep up with me and see when I release new material. Okay. Thanks, guys. Namaste.